Mic check 1 2 1 2. It's the Y2K collector coming back with an afternoon video as promised to go over the Nintendo gold mine that I found at GameStop throughout April, coming out of April into the first part of May. GameStop ran 3 weeks of promotions during the tail for the second half of April, and during that time I was just able to clean up. This morning I showcased 10 of the mid-tier pickups that I was able to get my hands on. Now I'll take you through 10 what I would consider, I hate the term banger, but these would be probably some of the higher tier, better, more hard to find, right? These are the more expensive and more rare finds that I was able to get through GameStop. Half of these games I got for free. Either I got them for free or they were heavily discounted due to the sale. So without wasting any time, let's dive right into it. First is going to be the Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening DX. Pick this up on the Game Boy, or for the Game Boy Color. I do have a Game Boy Color, but I don't have a lot of Game Boy Color games. So I saw this one there, was able to add this to the collection. There were a few other games that I bought in this bundle that I actually wound up returning. I'll get to that a little bit later on. But I was able to snag this Zelda copy at a really great deal. I believe this one came in for free. So glad to add that. Really cool opening scenes on this. I really like how you could tell the Game Boy Color kind of just stepped up the overall, just the production of the game. Like the cinematic sequences and some of these Game Boy Color Zelda games are actually pretty cool. We have another one here, Oracle of Seasons on the Game Boy Color. This one is actually another really cool one, a pretty one on the Game Boy Color. Was able to snag this as part of the promo, buy 2 get 1 free. This also came in free as well. A really cool game, Zelda game here. 2 great Game Boy Color games that I added to the collection. Glad to have those. The DX, I believe this one goes between 40 and 45. Oracle of Ages is around 50 bucks. So really great value on those 2. Then we have Shadow the Hedgehog, which I picked up as part of the buy 2 get 1 as well. So I bought 3 GameCube games at this time. The first one was Shadow the Hedgehog for the GameCube. It was disc only, bummer, but it was all good. I still picked it up. It works, and I'm sure I'll be able to find a case for that. And then the other was Sonic Adventure 2 Battle on the GameCube as well. This one again was also disc only. A bit of a bummer, right? Would have loved to be able to pick these up complete in box. Unfortunately, they did not have them at that time. These are both roughly between $35 and $40 games, disc only. Once you start adding the case and the manual, they definitely shoot up more in value. But anytime you can find GameCube games, especially quality GameCube games, at a GameStop and one is free, definitely go ahead and snag those. So I was glad to find those 2. Then this one is for sure a good one here. Kirby Superstar. You've got the 8 games in one. And I think the thing that kind of blew me away about this pickup is just how clean this copy of Kirby was. I think I've actually done more damage to it than when I first got it. But the back is pretty clean. There's no discoloring. I did open it up to make sure it was authentic. That's how clean it was. I was like, man, is this thing legit? But no, this is a legit copy of Kirby Superstar. Picked it up from GameStop. This game in and of itself is roughly around 60 to 65 bucks. But did get this. This one was not free. This was one of the ones that I paid for, but GameStop had this for $49.99. So still got it for about 10 to 15 bucks under retail, but also got some free games for purchasing it. So really happy about this pickup. Glad to see that. Then you had Maximum Carnage. And I know I said it just like Spider-Man. No, that's how Spider-Man says it in Marvel vs. Capcom. Only it's Maximum Spider, not Maximum Carnage. But anyway, I digress. Picked up an authentic copy of Maximum Carnage. This is also one that I wanted to get. It's crazy because I was so tempted at one point to just pick this up off of eBay, and I was looking for listings to try to find this at a reasonable price, because this game too now is about 50 to 55 bucks. These Spider-Man games are just going up in price for whatever reason. It's crazy. But I'm glad I didn't pull the trigger, because GameStop did have this during their buy two get one, and this one I picked up for free. So I got a free copy of Maximum Carnage here from GameStop. Really good find, really good pickup. Was glad to have added that one to the collection. Okay, so then we have another one here. So this is an original copy of Mega Man, and now we're starting to get into some of the real heavy hitters. GameStop did have some heavy duty hitters on their website during the promo, and they did have an original copy of the first Mega Man for the Nintendo. Not the best condition, right? But I just got this just to see if they would send me an authentic copy. And the copy is authentic. I opened this up, looked at the motherboard. This is a real copy. Was glad to have picked it up from GameStop. They had this one for $99.99, about $10 over market value on this one. So this one was priced a little higher than it should have been on GameStop. I think you can find this for roughly around $80 to $90 on eBay. But I was still glad to have found it and snagged it, picked it up. At least the shipping was free, right? So I didn't have to pay for that, but added this one to the collection. Really quality games that GameStop was putting out during that time. Some really good stuff. Then this next banger, Mega Man 5 on the NES. This one is for sure probably the heaviest hitting of the heavy hitters that I picked up from GameStop's website. Decent cart, right? Not the best, not superb condition, decent. It'll pass, fair, acceptable, I guess, condition. This game is roughly a 100. So I've seen this game range between 110 to 130. Average price for this, though, is roughly around 120 for this original copy of Mega Man 5 on the NES. So this is another really cool find that I was able to get my hands on. Glad that I was able to snag this one. Then we'll get into some of the PS3 stuff. So picked up a copy of Alice Madness Returns on the PlayStation 3. This was complete in box. Had everything in it, all the little DLC and other little paperwork that comes with it. I thought that there would have been more paperwork in this, because on the one that you get for the 360, I think you get like a manual, and then there's like a ticket and like just a bunch of other stuff that comes in the one for the 360. But I got it on the PS3. Even though I have it on the 360, I wanted to add this one to the collection. This one was free. This copy was free for sure. But I definitely paid for those Mega Man games. But was glad to be able to pick up a free copy of Alice Madness Returns. Then we have, so this one was not one that was part of any promotional sale. I actually recently picked this one up. But I just included it in here because sometimes GameStop, they definitely underprice some of their games. And this is an example of that. So SpiderMan Web of Shadows, yes, it does have the water damage, which sucks on the cover art. I can only hope that I'll be able to find a replacement cover art for this game. But I was shocked when I saw how much Spider-Man Web of Shadows goes for. This game is like 120 bucks online. It's retarded. So they pretty much had it for half off. So I definitely added this one to the collection. Web of Shadows is another game that I do have on the 360, but I don't think it goes for near as much. This manual, though, is immaculate. Like, pristine condition on that. Maybe I gave it that little wrinkle there, but outside of that, really good manual. The disc is in great shape. And this is one that I wanted to add to my PS3 collection. Been slowly but surely working on my PS3 collection. Don't worry, the hype will definitely get to the PS3, and when it does, I think you might see prices surge even higher than what we're seeing on the Xbox 360. So some really good stuff there. And then last but not least, Mario Party 6 for the GameCube. Picked this up when I picked up the other two GameCubes as part of the buy two get one free. So one of, I think it was either Sonic Shadow the Hedgehog or Sonic 2 Battle that was free. Mario Party 6 was the more expensive game, and I was actually comfortable paying more for the Mario Party 6 because this bad boy was complete in box, and I didn't order this one online. I actually found this one in the store. Blew me away. Walked in the store and I was like, man, I must be dreaming to see these guys have a complete in box copy of Mario Party 6. What? And it worked. when I brought it home, I was also afraid that it wasn't going to work. Not that I really had a reason to really be too afraid. I mean, the disc wasn't like destroyed. The disc was in pretty good condition. So this is a great find, personally. Probably one of my better finds in store when it comes to retro games. I did find a complete in-box copy of SNK versus Capcom the other day at my GameStop. So you know, I don't know. I don't know if this is some type of like reverse karma. I've gotten a lot of comments on my page talking about, you know, how my GameStop is like unique and how they never get any of these games at their GameStops, and how, you know, it's just they've been having horrible luck. And I don't know. All I can say is that it rains on the just and the unjust alike. And maybe this is just my season, because I've definitely had seasons where I'll go to GameStop and it's just nothing but trash, like literal garbage there. And then the retro games that they do have there will be like Grand Theft Auto, you know, a Grand Theft Auto game that no one wants, or like Assassin's Creed, all the Assassin's Creed games, or BioShock, and just trash like that. So to be able to find all of these like classics at GameStop, and to be able to get a good chunk of them for free, was huge for me. I mean, a lot of these games I paid absolutely nothing for, and it just kind of helps to water down the overall price of all the games in general, right? Like when you average them out against what they're actually worth, some pretty great discounts and some pretty great deals. And I think that's how I'm going to be taking advantage of GameStop just moving forward between now and the rest of the year. So there goes some of those mid tiers. There goes some of the top tiers. Really, really good stuff when you start to look at it. So where do we go from here, right? Now that the promotions are done? Well, I think that GameStop is going to continue to run these promos on and off throughout the rest of the year. I don't think we're done seeing them, you know, advertise some of these things. On top of that, a lot of these quality games, like the games of this quality, games of this tier, you can still find them on GameStop's website. They're still available. The only thing is that a lot of what you're going to find is going to be market price. So because the sales are over, I don't really know how much sense it's going to make for you to buy them, you know, because you're pretty much going to be paying the same price that you would pay if you were to buy them on eBay. So, you know, what I would say is just keep your eyes open and your ears open for when the promotions come back, and then just strike while the iron is hot. I'm sure there are going to be more opportunities that you can take advantage of, and just more ways that you can kind of save and get some pretty sick deals. But that does it for me. I'm the Y2K collector. Time to go ahead and inventory these into the collection. I was definitely playing Kirby the other night. I got my butt kicked in Maximum Carnage the other day. I started playing Alice Madness Returns, but that game is so stinking trippy. I mean, that game will trip you out, but good stuff. Let me know if you've been able to find anything at your local GameStop. Let me know if you've run into any deals or steals. It's the Y2K Collector. Hopefully you're having a solid Monday. I will see you this evening. Take it easy.